So welcome, Stefan from Starko, from
Yeah.
sunny Montenegro, as we can see. And yes, I'm jealous that we don't have sea, nothing even near, maybe lakes. So
But
how?
you can always come here.
Yeah, exactly. And the idea of this one-on-one debrief session actually is confession. So here I confess that I'm a bit sad that we don't have a sea, but yes, you already brainstormed a solution. So maybe we will at the end. It might not be bad. So
Yeah.
be open, authentic, and you are always open and authentic. But again, I'm going to point out because this one-on-one debrief is about the people behind the camera. Who is that person? Their personality, their emotions, interesting facts about themselves, boring facts about themselves, and everything that was going through your mind during, before, and after the episode. So I will kick off this by first question, which is you saw yourself yesterday, and who is that person that you saw?
But that person is definitely me, and that's it. It was interesting seeing myself on TV, and actually going back to the moment, remembering how fun the entire session was. It's really interesting. And by the way, I'm here also with the same co-founder from the episode
Oh, good.
episode itself. So it's a bit of a flashback right now because he's having the same facial reactions as he did on the show last night.
Yes. Okay. And regarding that, so if you can describe in words, who is that Stefan and this Stefan? So it's good that you say it's the same person, but what do you see? Like to acknowledge as your behavior, emotion, everything.
I mean, I believe it's the same principled person that believes in same core essential core values. But also the big difference is a person that has grown quite a lot since we filmed. It's been a couple of months, right? So basically, right now, I feel a bit more grown up, and I believe this is something that everybody should strive for. Have essential same core values, but continue, keep growing, be faster, be better every day. And at the end of it all, even if you don't build something great now, you will build it later in the future. But we are building
Yeah,
something great right now as well.
of
So
course. But how
that's
did you grow? How do you say I've grown? So how specifically? Like
yeah.
what happened? Story or like something example that.
Yeah, we've grown quite a lot. We learned a bit more how to focus on appropriate things, how to be a bit more passionate about it, how to show it to people, and to also go on the growth part. For from the business perspective, we've gone like 5x, actually more, since we started filming the episode itself. So it's been quite a nice journey. We learned what are more important things. We learned more about the core issues and core problems which we are tackling. So yeah. And right now we are growing and working on our internal management, um, learning a bit more how to communicate everything in a better way, because many things are still in my head, and also in the heads of my co-founders. So we are still learning how to express what needs to be done.
Yeah. Yes, and regarding that, that was the second thing that I actually wanted to ask. It's like the way of the communication. So something that you notice that you know that okay, we need to improve this. So that you saw it there. So what was that? Like now related with the episode, now seeing it when you saw yourself, it related with whatsoever with that challenge, either preparation, team dynamics, your personal approach, the speech on the redemption round.
Well, I truly believe I actually did a great job. I believe I did an amazing job over there. uh Possibly, I don't know, I wouldn't change much. It's not worth crying over spilled milk in general. and I think I did the best job I could do at the moment. Probably right now I would do even a better job, um, but
But in
generally
what?
speaking, yeah.
Even the
But
better in
yeah,
what? What would you change? It's fine if you wouldn't change anything. That's also okay. It's not.
yeah, I would be a bit more energetic, essentially. That's also a thing, especially on the initial phases of the speech when we were addressing the press, even though it was acting like we were in a fictional scenario. I would be a bit more energetic. Yeah, I think
Yes.
that would, because I believe that would send off not only a better but a more honest message,
Mm.
which was the intention. So the idea when we were filming it was, okay, it's a bit too fictional. We didn't feel it entirely. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I would
But
personally do better now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the first moment now, it comes to my mind, the press conference when you enter. I have just one question. What is happening with your sleeve?
Oh, that's what I noticed as well. I was so cold in that room. I actually wore two shirts. So
Ah,
yeah, and I didn't realize that my shirt underneath was completely
like,
rolled up.
oh my God.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. Last night when I saw it, I immediately remembered, oh crap, I forgot to remove my shirt, because I remember I wanted to go in with a jacket, but because on the other part of the episode, on the interview itself, I had a jacket on. So yeah,
Yes. It feels like Skopje was very cold for you. So, like, you were the only one. Someone asked me, it's like, is he in a jacket? I said, yes,
yeah.
he is. Like, and I didn't notice even in the jacket. So it was very cold
I mean,
for people from Montenegro. We are cold.
it's cold, especially for somebody from Podgorica. Like we are currently out. It's maybe 18 or 20 degrees. It's
Oh,
mid-November, right? So it was cold. It was cold for me. Like Skopje in general felt really, really cold, especially during the night. But then
yeah.
when all of us go out, you know, we go out in short sleeves. So that's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah. We warm up somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then you also, as a founder, you were the only one that actually accepted the responsibility and say, like, we are deeply sorry. You even started your speech like that. So why did you do that? Like, what strategy was there? Something, what was your process, their thinking process in it?
Yeah, the thinking process is like honesty above all, and pride above all as well. Because if we're gonna say that we are striving to be the best ones ever, we're gonna take the responsibility even when we are shitty at
Yeah.
times, you know. And this is what I truly believe builds not only great companies but great communities as well. If you take the responsibility for your mistakes, you leave
Mhm.
space to fix something, to improve something. If you go and walk around it, you know,
Yes.
it's not a good approach. And I personally don't like brands which don't take responsibilities. In my eyes, if you're offering a product or a service or even anything in between, you're responsible for whatever happens. If
Yeah.
somebody else in the chain fucks up, it's your responsibility because you picked that person for the chain. So
Yeah.
you
And
need you
that's
need to accept it.
totally right. Guiding to this second part of PR itself and PR crisis or open communication, they come as both. Basically, because they attacked you, you could take the responsibility. So, do you think that more startups should face more PR press releases, or not just press, but because it spoke, we will touch these things later, but it spoke a lot about the person there, about how they handle pressure, how they answer questions that they have no clue about the answers. So in that sense, do you think that communication as a tool and communicating with media is a skill that startups need.
For sure. It's also like at this moment, like what sells the most is like your personal branding and generally the branding of the company. So media plays a huge part in it. We're here talking both about traditional and new age media. Like you need to be out there and you need to communicate some clear values. Like everybody nowadays appreciates Apple, but you know, Apple took a lot of decades to build their reputation and relationship with the public and the community which they serve. And now when you talk crap about Apple, everybody in the community is going to protect them. And the idea is that you're not only selling your product or only the solution to a problem, you're also selling a feeling with it as well. So you want people to feel as a part of it. And that's why I think nowadays, especially, it's more important than ever, because the only way, and let's be real here, there are products and solutions for almost anything if you look really hard for it, and you're in a market full of competition, and you need to diversify yourself uh, against that competition on every field, not only on product, but on communication, on everything else. That's why we are also starting to
Yeah.
film now, like our startup
Yes.
journey in general on our social media. So we believe deeply that it's going to bring opportunities either way.
Yes. And as you said, I mean, and it's a good example with Apple is because sometimes brands tend to communicate only the good part, good things, but in reality, people want to feel, and feelings are good and bad. And that
Exactly.
makes brands real and founders real if they're able to communicate about their brand, the good and the bad things. So PR in that sense might be good. Then something else. Also, they ask you question again about are you a founder or a politician? And you answered it the way you answered, but I want to know what was in your mind.
Oh well, I can't now remember what was in my mind, to be honest. But if I'm to guess, nothing too special. In my mind, both are really connected and the same. An entrepreneur is somebody who really takes action on whatever, on essentially whatever. And I believe that all of us, other than building a company and working for ourselves, that we should also work for the community. That's a part of my core beliefs, and that's why you kind of need to be essentially both. you
Yeah.
know the narrative that politics and politicians are bad is completely wrong in my opinion, because all of us need to work for the community, and all of us can only succeed if the community itself is successful. So if your contribution can be through your business and both through other actions, that's great, then do it. You
Yeah.
don't need to you don't need my opinion is generally the same as in the episode. You don't need to tell anyone I'm one or the other. You can be both, because as a person you are many more things than that one thing that you're doing for a period of your life.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What you necessarily want to say is that the association about politician is bad, not the position itself. Because founder building brand, they're sometimes more influential than politicians, much more. So
Exactly.
it
And a
impacts.
lot of times you carry a lot of weight with you, because you're well aware that if you fail your community, if you fail your core belief system, not necessarily financially, right? It's gonna that one you can't necessarily always
Mm,
control. But if you fail it on a much more on a deeper level, you fail yourself, and there is
yeah.
no coming back from it. And I believe that startup founders and company founders especially actually can relate to this really well, because they know that they should not lie to their clients, that they should not overpromise, that they actually should deliver on what they say. So I think that's a bit of an advantage as well.
Yeah, good, exactly. And if we speak also, you gave a statement. You said like, oh, they were asking me technical questions, and I remember the journalist asking you how it happened, what it happened, and then you handled it pretty well. You actually said we are in the process of investigation, or it's like the investigation is ongoing. So, how do you think this is related with real life?
I mean, that's usually how it goes, because the idea is like you need to investigate what happened, essentially to fix it up. And I believe that the best defense is just say the truth about it. You know, maybe it will backlash initially, but people at the end of the day will respect that it was the truth and only the truth.
Yeah,
And because in our fake scenario, we didn't know what happened, and we wanted to follow through with the entire scenario. And we said, okay,
yeah.
if the scenario never told us what happened exactly, we're going to say
Then
we're still
investigate.
exploring what's going on. So, yeah.
And yeah, I was pointing to this because being a founder, sometimes you don't have all of the answers. Most of the time, you don't have all of the answers, but you know the boundaries, as you said. So you know this lines in which you can play your playground.
Yeah.
So this was what you did very good, in my opinion, because you said we're investigating, currently in the process of investigation. So
Yeah.
okay. And what do you think overall, like this whole challenge gave as a tip to future founders who can see this, like from your perspective? You can speak now even for other participants that you notice, like something that they could learn and can use it in their everyday life.
Yeah, the best thing, because I saw this during the episode and when we were filming, people were nervous about it, and that's a completely okay feeling. You need to embrace it, even if you need it. And this is talking from like public speaking perspective. Even if you're nervous, that's completely fine. Everybody is all the time, and use this as your strong point, because you can relay a pretty honest and convenient message if you're clear with it. Go out and tell people we are sorry. For
Yeah.
example, this was a bad scenario, but in the future, maybe there would be something a bit more exciting. And then your honesty would come through as a pill to everybody, and they would be like, okay, these people are relaying a message. Maybe the solution, the product is not for us, but we are going to share it with everybody because
Mm.
these guys are giving us a really good energy. So my advice would be embrace honesty, embrace responsibility about failure and about success as well. And if you're nervous about public speaking, pitching as well, because it's a big part. Like PR is a good practice for pitching in front of investors and clients as well. It's completely fine. Be honest. Tell them, listen, I'm really deeply shaken by this,
Yeah.
and then people will get the message, because people, you need to convey the message that you're a human, that you're a person
Mm.
just like any other in that situation, and people will
Yeah.
understand. That's the entire point.
Mm. And regarding the redemption, your defense, I mean, I know behind the scenes from the judges, they thought that's why you also win the redemption. It's that you did the best job in a sense of approaching what they said. So you listened to them, not only what you want to say, but you listen to them. And that's the point. That's why we don't allow founders to speak while they give feedback, in order to test these feedback gathering skills, but not just taking the hits, but then also understanding what they say and giving the replica, that it's not like your defense, but not necessarily attack to the other side. But at the same time, I want to ask you, is there any experience like before that you can share that actually brought you to be so good in the redemption one, because your defense there was very good, and that was communicated between the judges, like, okay, this is, so it's like short,
Yeah.
you can share where you've learned how to listen and then gave arguments.
Well, I can't go back to a particular moment in life in general, but I can tell you that over the years I learned that you need to listen a lot to what people are saying, and not only listen, kind of go deep into it. Try to know, try to feel what they feel when they are telling you something. So it could be good news, bad news, whatever. You need to truly listen, and I think that this is also really helpful when you're speaking with potential clients. Uh, I mean, we're all of us on the show. We are still selling. We are exploring who our ideal customers are, and to truly figure that one out, you need to listen to people. You need to kind of. I'm sometimes bad at it as well. It's like you need to shut up and listen to what people are saying. So my co-founder now is looking at me judgingly because I don't listen to him enough. So that's also a practice, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to say 3 sentences and you're just finishing them up. So the first
Okay.
one, the founder games taught me that.
If games taught me anything,
Anything, okay.
okay,
The hardest part of being silent is.
listening.
Mhm. Apropos the conversation, okay. And
Yeah.
if small Stefan, so 5 year Stefan, could speak to this Stefan, he would say,
He would say, "You're doing a good job, and you can do it even better." That's it.
"What are you doing on TV?"
Oh
Or
no,
no.
he would be like, "Oh, to be frankly honest, a 5-year-old me would switch the channel and go back to Dragon Ball Z, watching it." Because the
Okay.
show aired at the same time when my favorite kid TV show aired as well.
Nice, nice. Great, great. Thank you, Stefan. It
Yeah,
was wonderful. Enjoy the rest of the sun and the day.
you too.
And talk to you after the redemption episode.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon. See you.
Bye.